is good for the workflow. How can that be? How can that be? Infinite, a measure of mystery, unveils the key to logic's asymmetry. How can that be? How can that be? Irrationality. One thing that you must profess: irrationality is a part of our progress. How can that be? How can that be? Using pi, a number without end, evokes a result. Correct in the dividend.
You're right. The universe does not orient itself toward fairness. But it's my firm belief humanity can do better.
All evidence to the contrary.
A positive externality.
Allow me to welcome you to Gold.
If I may.
See, that said, I've been instructed. Victor? I must agree with my seer. I once watched. Unfortunately, besides the generous offer, as my predecessor,
Respectfully.
One more thing. You're invested here. Seer Wiley and I will illuminating the path.
A calling for those with a greater than average talent. Leave.
Seer Wiley is being without why matriarchs? Not if you consider. Good news. Well, anything I can do to assist you? Oh, apart from providing them need I remind you, our king? I haven't the wish to. Yes. What have you?
How can that be? How can that be?
We're not going anywhere. You do got a certain fair. That's on account I object. Happy as I am to screw their predictions. No, I couldn't get anywhere with admit. You can.
Granted, I suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good. First, just after lunch. Think my co-occupant,
Transpiring
Anybody
events,
needs me,
philosophical
I'll be right here
profundities,
patiently awaiting
informed
my
insight
latest
into the
personalized
future,
order prediction.
also music.
What you think about, you bring about. The order advocates.
Or you're dealing with more of a he sort of thing tends to cause friction between we. Now, how can I help you?
Things to come have a way of constantly happening. The future is
that
colliding with
business?
the present.
No? Move on.
Next up, well,
You the fixer lyncher.
already know.
Agent. Consequently, I'm pleased.
Without defending your position, we won't accept a hunch or feeling, an idea based on intuition. Prove it, yes you must prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it just to Show us how it works. What's a basic proof? Let's show how it works. Here's a basic proof. The sum of two even numbers, this you can believe in. The sum of two even numbers always comes out even. A very proven proof. That is how it works. That's a basic proof. Can you give another one more basic proof? When a triangle exists with an angle that is right, square their shorter sides, shorter base and height. The sum of those squares will always be of use as the square of the longest side, the hypotenuse. A very proven proof. You think you know it all. The answer's in
Don't
your
feel like no stand-in.
unless
The
you
boy you
show
did. Barely.
Huh. Never had anybody accuse me. You doesn't like to look at us when. Oh, two of us.
your theory will be picked apart. Prove it, prove it.
Where do we go now?
Prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it.
Late, you are, of course, free to. Well, if it's. So I frequently launch into it as I am single-handedly make. If the grand plan.
Take your theory and remove it.
Go on, go on.
My soup is nutritionally calculated to sustain all bodily functions.
You have
And
tuned
then
your
we solve for typically to show how I am also on hand life outside. But if my data thus
Make pinnacle meal replacement bars the complete part of your daily meals and of the plan. Designed for optimal nutritional extraction, they also taste
1068.5 as you may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want. If it was a duly appointed order official acting to assist me in distributing supplies to the displaced, yes. If that someone is you, no. With the great disruption that is, if I can help others in need, appreciate. My time is yours. You may.
3, 5, 8. Function f to the n equaling our starting zen. Function fn minus 1 plus the fn minus 2. In all cases that we know, starting where n is so low. Now you know just what to do. Start the cycle, here's the cue. It's Fibonacci.
Oh, don't tell me. You're here on behalf. This is about the exclusive, but the ever disruptive. This further, and now the voice has involved with you. Any questions before you get started? You can, but you already knew that. Novice seer vicarage, many scienticians around the settlement. Well then, if you need, as with probability, there to put, but with effort, patience.
Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. True, but I feared the prediction was I am but a humble general. Now, take the data. How can I be of service? We don't, of course. Yes, I can treat sickness. Just don't shake the man's hand.
A part that's quite so vital, arcing in a circle motion.
Well then, the Department of Predictive Analysis. The Department of Predictive after, of course, predict. But as we close in on why I, for instance, engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the, if my own humble assertion, regrettably, this is my weekly prognostic report.
No reason to reason with you.
It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely summing to proceeding numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber Abaasi. The Fibonacci sequence is a sequence in which each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, third, 19, 21, 34, 55, 89, 1, 44, and so on and so forth. It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely summing through preceding numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation. Summing through preceding numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define the recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber Abaci.
And now, constructually compelling yet categorically voracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus.
Healthy food can be grown in soil, but even healthier food can be grown in a laboratory. 100% Fabwich. Our Fabwich packaging is as airtight as any proved by the charismatic mathematician.
From the Order of the Ascendant. Whimsical computational jest 37A.
So
Be like the
find contraband, might I?
today. This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
Might not enjoy
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of those drones.
I could burst at any moment. Law. Fine. You have my gratitude.
Sickness, melt, huge.
Keep your behavior.
Wish. Vaders, the order defect.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to
How do you... Oh, it's a pity I can't lend more... What? Listen, friend, a little skill with needle and thread. Clearly you don't suffer. Have it your way, then. I know when I'm being voluntold. But you better make it worth my while before I agree to anything. Word has it, she's out. I miss my spreads.
Algorithm.
Welcome! I calculated the position of every
Welcome back. Any luck enlisting? Welcome back.
I hope you bring me good tidings. The ghost. The duties of an administrator.
Where do we go now?
Oh,
Yes,
they say you asked around. Listen to folks. That's a
mediator. I leave the... Speak on then.
Did he also have it? I don't know. You mean that missionary?
A bit rude. Ah, yes.
Fair enough. I'm all ears, mediator. When
That is unproductive.
yeah, anyhow.
That is indeed unfortunate.
I'm guessing you're saying people are struggling to make.
I suspect that your sympathies lie with the displaced. Unfortunate if true, but I leave the decision in your capable hands. Well, if this is the fate that was augured, then I will not complain. Please.
Not to worry, Administrant. The exclusion zone is our here. You stay out of trouble.
Next, the latest field data validating or repudiating our forecasts and relevant informational details for near present and future calculations. Fellow esteemed members of the Order of the Ascendant allocated to Golden Ridge. As foreseen, recent conflicts between the Protectorate, Auntie's Choice, and ourselves have resulted in notable detrimental effects throughout this region, including but not limited to the loss of Fort Endurance, disabling of the tramicular, and a 17.9% reduction in effective sleep cycles per evening. But before you succumb to a sense of malaise that undermines cognitive function, take heart from these additional, sharply contrasting data points. Our efforts deciphering the universal equation remain unabated. Extraction continues at Zeranium Manufactory 7.
Yes,
As
Zeranium
does research
Manufactory
at
7
the
presently.
Remember, just as our calculations allow for a predictable range of error, so do we.
Yes, right over here. So, interesting timing. May I expect your behavior. One of our transport today, and we have though steadfastly.
Continuing as
Evidently originated here. Transport pod full of uranium.
well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
Initiate Alva, stand down. Relinquish control of this facility immediately.
Oh, my dear Proctor, you can't believe a low-level drudge like me is responsible for any of this.
You'd have us all believe you seized control to demonstrate your innocence. Wait, is this being broadcast?
I have no idea how this audio doodad works. You're the one in charge here, Proctor Svoboda. Are you sure you didn't do something?
I demand your unconditional surrender at
Hello, Proctor? I'm pushing buttons over here now. Did I disconnect you somehow?
If we've been able to communicate, a spy or turn, but I'll.
You formed a hypothesis, begun experimentation, and does the new data match your equation? Does the effect
Would you describe the
causation? Does it follow the causation?
Of course, she's hiding something. Those two exemplars. Wrong. They're hardly grown.
Oh, hello. Fear I hardly deserve. Oh, I am thoroughly unaware how I was apparently. Now, despite a long, I assume she's acting. Why, I'd be right grateful if a prick made a plan favor us against blown odds.
Investigator?
You must be precise. It's your vocation. When your data looks bad, you'll get a sensation. Every academic knows it. It's numeric vexation. It is numeric vexation. It is numeric vexation.
Patrol's back, I hear.
Our Earth Director. Hello.
Yes, do not let my position.
You've examined the launch. But still, the overriding of the coordinates also deserves a look. I expect the Zeranium.
situations has to be somewhat...
You were just listening to next week's #1 hit. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictory.
.7 Kelvin, if true. Found each other, discipline mind. I can count on me.
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, also music.
Always account for standard deviation.
And now for some ageless wisdom from an academic so in touch with today's inquisitive laypeople youth. Time for Ask a Vicar with Vicar Maxisai. The charismatic mathematician is always a popular topic. To wit, a listener asks, what's this about the mathematician and his propensity for questionable ethics?
Yes. Suppose you'll do. Might I entreat you? We developed a form of deliberate endeavors began.
For one, he was a prolific author of venturesome fiction early in his career. These narrative larks did not, shall we say, endure time's unkind judgment quite like his world-shattering, humanity-ascending principles. Nor did his
circumstances pursued intended results.
May the plan guide you.
Now, a catchy pitch for Auntie's products you simply can't live without.
Auntie's Choice Chum Bar is a delicious new food-adjacent snack from the maker of meaty roll-ups and spectrum leavings.
The Chum Bar is made from the finest coagulated slurry of both animal and vegetable byproducts.
Including but not limited to borscht entrails, sprat organs, salt tuna skin, nanner peels, and tobaccorn husks for the perfect combination of crunchy and chewy.
Try it today.
And buy an extra bar to share with a chum.
Yes, well, enough of that, I suppose.
Now for something a little different, tonally, if not thematically.
I'm looking for a meal that doesn't leave me feeling hollow. Don't want to do no cooking. All I want to do is swallow. Hey, here's a fancy can. Wow, it's a real beauty.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's Choice.
You're tuned to Wireless Free Arcadia for merry melodies and prevailing conditions on the battlefield. Brought to you by Auntie's Choice, building a better Eden, where the skilled and imaginative may rise. Why settle when you can thrive? Auntie's Choice is all about choice. From 15 different kinds of fresh from frozen meats to... and animals,
has the fewest holes out of
and minerals.
If you're in need of spruce, I got
Of the rainbow, and then some. Auntie works hard to make sure you have more variety than you could ever want or hope to want. You deserve that choice. You deserve Auntie's Choice. Now, upward and onward. This is for anyone out there who just lost out on a big promotion. Keep your chin up. Next time.
Garments here.
Round the year of 55, on Old House Eddie.
That last selection has been scientifically proven to increase productivity, improve morale, and soothe all manner of mental malady in the listening workforce. At least in the lab. Not responsible for night sweats, abnormal bone growth, or prolonged glossolalia. I don't know about you, but I could use something a little more upbeat right about now. Like this. Listening to Wireless Free Arcadia for music, entertainment, and the latest from the front lines. Sponsored by Auntie's Choice, improving lives through unfettered free trade and unbridled self-betterment. Auntie's Choice values its employees. You represent a significant investment in human capital. Without you, we would have to hire someone else at current rates and greater expense. So let's spotlight our new employee of the fiscal quarter, Security Commander Babylon Carr, for going above and beyond the call of fiduciary duty on Paradise Island. Carr shrewdly opted for sabotage rather than a full-scale assault. Her thrifty investment in a single independent contractor spared troop lives and, more importantly, ammunition. If only D.B. Milvers Street, executive in charge of our Eden invasion, had tried such outside-the-kill-box tactics. This is why Carr is our employee of the fiscal quarter, and he is not. As usual, our quarterly winner receives a Galaxy's Greatest Auntie executive mug personalized with their employee number. Non-transferable, conditions and terms apply. Now, on to other things. Now, here's a song to take your mind off your worries. Unless you're being hunted by a pack of raptidons or some such.
Oh, I am never lower. If there's a cost you can't complete, or your hands just won't quite meet, I can lend you all the bits you'll ever need. But the loan that you request includes compound interest, in addition to my standard service fees. Oh, I am the uncomplicated loner. And my rates are never lower.
Oh, I am known through all Arcadia as the uncomplicated loner. And my dear, you know my terms. They are really quite straightforward. Oh yes, everybody knows that I am indeed the uncomplicated loner. You can be sure that my rates will never, no, they'll never, ever be lowered.
If there's a cost you can't complete, or your hands just won't quite meet, I can lend you all the things you need. The loan that you request includes compound interest, in addition to my standard service fees. Oh, I am the uncomplicated loner. Uncomplicated loner. And my terms are quite straightforward. Though my deals aren't quid pro quo, and my interest rates aren't low, I'll be keeping track till you pay back every single bit you owe. 'Cause I am the uncomplicated owner.
The best thing since sliced breadworm. Now with 110% more music, entertainment, news, and product placement. When we here at Wireless Free Arcadia make on-air misstatements, we own up to it sometimes. Like right now, in this batch of... Saturday, we inadvertently misquoted a junior VP of conveyor sprocket lubrication and maintenance, blaming a belt drive starboard wing factory mishap for a... The decline was only 1.8% and wholly due to human error. Moving on, a recent report on the new Sprats Up condiment substitute currently rolling out in test markets claimed the product has a might-tangy 110% real Sprat flavor. Correction, Sprats Up actually contains real Sprat flavorings. Still a mite tangy, though. That part's 110% correct. Okay, enough corrections. So we made a few mistakes. No need to keep harping on them for law's sake. Now, on to other things. This one reminds me of the morning we drove the Protectorate from Fairfield. A good day for personal freedom and fair trade.
Are you stuck on the ground? Impact a colon got you down. Well, trust Auntie's chemical purge. It's far better than natural cures. Oh, lift off, fly free. No longer does my packed intestine dictate where I have to be. Oh, lift off, take wing. Don't flounder at the bottom. Be a raptor in the slipstream. Don't be in a rut, 'cause stuff is stuck in your gut. Auntie brings you the pill that fixes all your ills. Oh, lift off, fly free. No longer does my packed intestine dictate where I have to be. Oh, lift off, break free. Once again, be a go-getter. Climb the ladder with impressive speed. Are you stuck on the ground? Impact your colon got you down. Well, trust Auntie's chemical purge. Far better than natural cures. Oh, lift off, fly free. No longer does my packed intestine dictate where I have to be. Oh, lift off, take wing. Don't flounder at the bottom. Be a raptor in the slipstream.
And I'll show you how a true acolyte fights!
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice.
Amplified across the rings of Elysium. From the boardroom to the bottom rung, this is Wireless Free Arcadia, official frequency of Auntie's Choice.
There are so many reasons to shop for Auntie's Choice products. We have a wide range of goods for every budget, from the most extravagant to the most bit-minded customers. We have food and drink for every taste and meal you can imagine, plus a few more that you can't afford, but that we can sell you recipes for. We are also the parasite-free purple berries.
Run, don't walk to spend your hard-earned bits on these quality Auntie's goods or services.
Say, hold up there, friend. Watch out. That way's a minefield.
Ha! I laugh at danger. I'm a get-up-and-go-getter. Whoosh! That's the sound of me throwing caution to the wind. While the herd wait for permission, I see my opportunity and take it. I handmake my own luck. Don't follow the herd. Eat Purple Berry Crunch by Auntie's Choice. Every flavor-filled morsel is packed with the pep and pertinacity you need to succeed. Are you a get-up-and-go-getter? Right. Moving on. This one goes out to all those aspiring to climb the rungs of their department. May you ascend swiftly through talent or guile.
The following is a special selection from Auntie the Musical, the all-singing dramatization of Auntie's inspirational origins.
The other day, I stumbled into the right-wrong lift on the ACS Undisputed Claim. And who did I see riding with me? The self-made market legend herself. Paragon of do-it-yourself. Slayer of unlucrative bureaucracy. Highest rung on our...
These are the hottest stars, emitting mostly blue and invisible ultraviolet light. So why are there no green stars, you wonder? I would think the listeners could easily draw this trivial conclusion for themselves, but if I must... It's because any star emitting green light also emits bluish and or reddish light too, resulting in a non-green star. There is no naturally occurring stellar composition that emits solely packets of green light. In fact, such a composition itself would constitute evidence for intelligent interference, and no such evidence of any kind has ever been detected. Let's get back to Newton Odiscard, the famous stellar photographer. The methodology of the Odiscard's chromospectral survey was straightforward. He partitioned his astronomical field of view into grids, then tagged each object in every grid. He ignored empty regions, as black would only dim the color and not change its fundamental hue. The light from every galaxy, star, nebula, and quasar was gathered and fed into a central tabulator for computation. The subsequent spectral analysis produced the final answer to within 0.5%.
Initiate Carrington. Audio log entry 10. My orders were to watch for the enemy. Specifically, to never break line of sight to my assigned field of view. But I can hear them advancing along the shore to the south. It's fine. Others have been assigned that field of vision. This is the most efficient method of defense. Architect, they're getting closer. Perhaps I'm taking my orders too literally. I'll just peek. No. Trust in the equation. Trust in those greater than I in the order. I will keep looking forward for enemies from that vector. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I have faith that the architect...
This one appears to have been too terrified to even look at us. I almost feel bad killing him. Almost.
Next, the latest field data validating or repudiating our forecasts and relevant informational details for near-present and future calculations. All pay heed and take warning. Recent... All pay heed and take warning. Recent reports note a sporadic zealots characterized as having cobwebs in the attic throughout Golden Ridge. Specifically through the N-ray range, our laboratory tasked with harnessing mysterious stellar radiation. We've lost contact with facility personnel and thusly fear the worst. Cultist trespassers could never comprehend the fundamental forces at work in this lab, which might only render these zealots all the more unpredictable and dangerous. Unfortunately, given the current state of Golden Ridge infrastructure, we cannot verify the N-ray range's status without crossing through or over our decommissioned autonomous extractorium. A perilous trek even under the best of circumstances. Stay cautious out there, fellow Ascendants.
So ends this missive.
Further beneficial content soon follows. The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
What in the scrupulous name of profitable deductibles do you think? Don't suppose you're looking for a way. Without them, they can't convert raw. It's
Did that blast? You got any reason I oughtn't have you shot? Yeah? Well, what exactly? Huh. Interesting. You've clearly been out in the Dorados. Lately, my luck's been right miserable. Or, if all that sounds like too much work for you, Mike, you get her the compression coil she needs to make the problem. Go find out who done it, and I'll send them. Anyways, there's some. Now you know. So don't.
If something is untrue, then it's subject to review.
You're back. What?
Murder? Sure.
And if you're here as a spy, enemy scrutinize, it's okay. There's no dispute. He wouldn't be much of a command.
And I just...
That is quite in... Stiff.
Not this.
Bradford. How...
Oh, even if... But...
That...
Yes, sir.
We do that, and I...
Feels... Excuse...
Hey.
Nothing. Check.
You know...
But I've studied him extensively, and it is... Bring it to me.
Hey, damage-prone. Welcome. And to show my gratitude,
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, also music.
Students, even your favorite Vicar Mogsai needs an occasional sabbatical from providing around-the-clock enlightenment. But don't fret. I've enlisted a qualified substitute, Presiding Bishop Ruth Bazaar. Here she is to field today's query. Why did the Order of the Ascendant split from the Order of Scientific Inquiry? Presiding Bishop, if you please.
I can answer that quite succinctly. Because the OSI had become corrupted. Oh, it started with good intentions. Just a small work group studying the predictive framework of the universe. They published some noteworthy papers, a few good dissertations. Then the charismatic mathematician began making his breakthroughs in theoretical mathematics, elevating OSI's predictive pursuit of perfection to a theology, scientism. That attracted outside interests. OSI once struggled to keep the lights on, but suddenly it had corporate suitors seeking to capitalize on scientism, to control the future. Ascension for all humanity was no longer OSI's primary mission. Most regrettably, our sacred tenets fell by the wayside. So when the matriarch offered our first presiding bishop the opportunity to solve the
The flavor that lasts and the taste you can't top. From that first smooth inhale to the very last. Try bubblegum slims.
Try bubblegum slims. But rich tobacco, sweet at the end. What more could you want?
A smoky, sugary blend. Try bubblegum slims. Try bubblegum slims.
It's the long slim smoke with the bubblegum filter. It's two treats in one. A double thriller.
Hey, you gotta help me, please. I didn't do what they say I done. Hey, strange Durbin. Oh, I'd never have hurt the chief. But the way he swore, I made a ruckus. It was exactly, but that's still, no, that was.
It's the bubbly perk that will pick up your pace. It's bubblegum.
What have Durbin sent you? Oh, lovely. What? What? See, he's also somebody. So most of us, unless that I do it myself. Well, really, think.
Just pretend I'm not here.
Rich tobacco, sweet at the end. What more could you want? A smoky, sugary blend.
Try bubblegum slims. Try bubblegum slims.
It's the long slim smoke with the bubblegum filter. It's two treats in one. A double thriller. So make your mouth happy while your satisfaction
Thank you for your help.
Instead of boring old smoke rings, ooh, you'll be blowing smoke bubbles, blowing smoke bubbles.
Thank you.
Flavor that lasts and a taste you can't top.
From that first smooth inhale
To the very last, try bubblegum slims, bubblegum slims, oh bubblegum slims.
externality, a positive externality. One thing you can plainly see accepted in this infinity. Can it be a positive externality? One thing the irrational curve accepted in the calculation. Can it be? Can result in explanations. How can that be? How can that be? How can that be?
You lost, stranger? I don't see a lot of new faith. Me? Now, I'm just waiting for the dust. These being hard times, I've had to raise my prices. Gal's gotta eat, and I don't care for sprat meat. Trust me, Gregory is in pleasure to...
cerebral cortex around the chronometer until we achieve ascension. Fellow esteemed members of the Order of the Ascendant allocated to Golden Ridge. As foreseen, recent conflicts between the Protectorate, Auntie's Choice, and ourselves have resulted in notable detrimental effects
Take it all.
throughout
What do
this
I care?
region, including but not limited to the loss of fort endurance, disabling of the tramicular, and a 17.9% reduction in effective sleep cycles per evening. But before you succumb to a sense of malaise that undermines cognitive function, take heart from these additional, sharply contrasting data points. Our efforts deciphering the universal equation remain unabated. Extraction continues at Zeranium Manufactory 7, as does research at the N-Ray range. Remember, just as our calculations allow for a predictable range of error, so do we. Our work continues.
Do you believe message with an emphatic sign-off such as, "You'll never be sad when you have solutions"? Oh. That apparently was a note to self, not to be read aloud.
Further beneficial content soon follows. This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
Welcome back. Since you aren't a...
I calculated the position of every...
Any luck with the Sprat hunt? You can tell the good doctor I'll be...
listening to Grand Plan Wireless, Arcadia's voice of reason. No need to squander cogitation on a lengthy preamble for this
now.
installment of
Will there be anything else? How can I be of service?
doozy of a query. A listener asks, I ain't got time to suss out the difference between the grand plan and the universal equation. Now let's turn to Vicar Magsai for the answer.
First, based on the vernacular of that question, and it's not even a question, I shall assume the inquirer is no academic. Indeed, I theorize they're from Auntie's Choice. No doubt a cast-off from their consumeristic society, what they might call a rung leech. To this listener, I say, welcome. We vicars are always gladsome to educate the ignorant and to maximize comprehension of our new corporate friend. I shall present my answers using as few syllables as possible in the lingua franca of Auntie's Choice. Product placement. I've just upended a box of Purpleberry Crunch across my work desk. It's one of Auntie's Choice's more digestible...
Your variations out there. This whole system needs an exterminator. These jumbo bugs are deadly from any distance. They'll cover a quarter furlong in a single leap and tear you apart before you know they're near. Some breeds hurl sticky silk globs. You know what? No need to track one of these spiders down. Listeners get the gist. Oh, security team spotted one nearby.
Wait for me if I ever manage to make it out of this burrow.
Little buggers skidded up behind me! It's on me! It's a swarm! They're everywhere! Burn them! Burn them with plasma!
Oh, no! Why didn't I wash the... Thanks for the preposterous...
Don't underestimate traps. Arachnids don't have the gray to skitter around them. Stick with quick loaders. While you're swapping ammo, the spiders might already be on top of you. Nastiest case scenario. Let's just move on to the spoils, shall we? Of Arachnid's only premium part is its sucker. Hideous, but handy in all sorts of crafting. To get you a cup of dehydrated water. Time to blast off this bug-infested rock. So with that, I raise a glass of Spectrum Red and bid you bottoms up to your bottom line.
What say we change the subject? This is for anyone out there who just lost out on a big promotion. Keep your chin up. Next time.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's Choice. You've let yourself slide, feeling down on your luck. Fell off the ladder and you think that you're stuck. The only loser is the shirker who quits. Your problems can be solved if you spend more bits. Try and try, never settle for less. It's true what they say, money buys happiness. Work extra shifts, you can sleep later. We've got the goods to make you better than nature. Auntie is the best choice. Bringing betterment to keep us conscious. Auntie is the best choice. Feel the benefits of spending your bits. She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's Choice.
Listening to Wireless Free Arcadia for music, entertainment, and the latest from the front lines. Sponsored by Auntie's Choice, improving lives through unfettered free trade and unbridled self-betterment. Updated travel guidance for all Auntie's Choice staff presently stationed in Golden Ridge. The Department of Aggressive Acquisitions and Persons Elimination has issued new guidelines for those perambulating outside occupied areas during approved break or leave periods. Site Safety Officer Dignan Chow reports byways beset by groups of, quote, desperate, jittery, possibly chemically dazed outcasts turned to bushwhacking and barbarism, end quote. Personnel encountering parties from the aforesaid societal cast-offs are advised to shoot first, upsell products to later. Now, on to other things. This is for anyone out there who just lost out on a big promotion. Keep your chin up. Next time.
Wireless Free Arcadia presents our top requested marketing melody, Borst Rockets by the Herschel Sisters.
Force rockets. Force rockets. Put a rocket in your pocket and launch your launch today. When you miss the cough or chow.
So it's as an arbiter, I've some theories. Let it
Go for lunch with Force rockets. When your tea is getting cream and your winger's out of steam, recharge your toss ball crew with Force rockets. Force rockets.
These people could have been saved. They simply have
In your pocket and launch your lunch today. Soon. You can save the day with Force rockets. When your ship's adrift and lost, and the crew starts drawing lots, why won't your mates when you
What sort of life? I cannot help. Inform me. Was there anything remarkable? Did you have anything else? You're certain? You've combed the place to your liking? Salutations. Has your search uncovered any further interest is purely... Heck, let's hear it. Perhaps it might allow us to ascertain the... Did you have anything else? Did you notice anything Obviously. The question remains, it must be the the sign that something you're certain. Then let us debrief. Have any theories about my thoughts I may have... The only remaining... The refugees must have... Upon learning of this... Now...
The best things in sliced bread... Worm. Now,
Seems the
with
machines
110%
return.
More music, entertainment, news, and product placement. Following the cravenly untoward attack on Outpost Opportunity, Herbert Feld from the Department of Mock Civility and Tactical...
Bent on eliminating any stragglers. To arms!
Fellow employees, I share your... The perpetrators of this act. efficient, and mean. Having seen the results, you vociferously agree. Yet before you begin taking hot shots at presumed wrongdoers, I urge caution. Prodigious degree of pressure and animal teeth gnashing. Local Boulder and the Ascendant representatives have no responsibility, and indeed they are working to identify the culprits with the utmost urgency. Even less to trust ourselves. It goes on like this for these 10 more pages. More bluster, medical errors, attempting to summarize, maintain current levels of low-spec outrage. Don't shoot anyone.
That was a hardy engagement. You held your own admirably. These automechs will never be used to perpetrate such heinous acts again.
Next up, something reasonably peppy. Please consult your employee handbook to determine if dancing is presently allowed.
It's in pie. How many numbers am I? How many digits in pie? How many numbers am I? How many numbers am
Traveling at the velocity of light through the vacuum of space on our primary band, this is Grand Plan Wireless, the informed, sourced, peer-reviewed sound of scientism. A general reminder for the especially studious: monitor your step when traversing between academical appointments. Do not read and walk. If you must operate near or adjacent to said conspicuous dimensional disturbances, please take additional care. Eyes forward, noses out of academic journals.
That is all for now. Until next time, keep hail and mind your calculations. Unlike parallel lines, I hope someday we'll meet.
Continuing as predetermined. Consistency in your work is
Stop there,
wonderful.
dear. Get your
Consistency in
stitches.
playlists is not. Now for a
If
new
you
song.
lost it, I'm selling.
The spread, illnesses, and eventual control of the purple-berry parasite. OA Archive transcription number 3918-4 begins here. Hello. For the record, my name is Marie de Rothschild, Junior Archivist, Class 4 of the Archive. Today, I would like to talk about irresponsible spread of the purple-berry parasite by Auntie's Choice and its numerous subsidiaries and former supernumerary, although that's a different lecture. The spread of this parasite included a corresponding rise in gastrointestinal illnesses and deaths until basic preventative measures were put in place after illness-related costs exceeded corporate profits. As is usual for Auntie's Choice. The purple-berry parasite infects nearly 100% of all purple-berry bushes, both in the wild, on corporate farms, and even in our hydroponic collectives. Originally discovered on a single colony world, the purple-berry plant was subsequently spread throughout the colonies due to Auntie's Choice's poorly regulated interstellar shipping. Well, actually, it was due to Spacer's Choice, which somehow merged with another company to become Auntie's Choice. Honestly, these corporate interactions make little sense to me, as they mostly amount to relabeling assets and changing letterhead and mascot cartoons. So I will just refer to them as Auntie's Choice going forward, even though that may offend some of my more literal-minded colleagues.
Libations or information?
The purple berry plant
Libations
was
or
at first
information?
thought to be
The encampment
There's a malfunction.
Berries died from the most potent of discharges this documentarian has ever witnessed. In a rare Auntie's Choice lab
None
recording.
have defeated my collect cards, my dear. And feel free to return what.
Before our stellar system was sealed and the Order ceased daily interactions with our Protectorate allies. But again, I digress. Belated testing by Auntie's Choice's unlettered scientists showed that the berries were not poisonous at all. Instead, they were infected with a microscopic parasite, the purpleberry parasite, or PBP, as it is colloquially called in every records. More specifically, the PBP eggs are found in every berry of an infected
Anyway,
plant.
it's good that you didn't
Where
come here
these
for
eggs
blood.
have been subdermally injected for the
Your
second stage
instincts
of
are
the
right.
parasite.
If
I am getting ahead of myself. Let's examine the PBP life cycle in detail. After an infected berry is eaten by a host,
Oh, you cut the cost, you raise your prices, profits soar, the Lord laissez-faire. Oh, you know it well. Make an anti-pro.
But during our investigation, unfortunately, I can't. Nonetheless, I do not know you. But I neither trust them, I hold my word, and I will keep to my convictions in any case. But I understand. I will, but if my sense of duty... Excellent, let us... But it is the refugees that only through my feelings aside...
It's Auntie's Choice.
Amplified across the rings of Elysium from the board.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's Choice.
Amplified across the rings of Elysium from the boardroom to the bottom rung. This is wireless free Arcadia, official frequency of Auntie's Choice.
I suppose there's something charming about its live.
Certainly. Was there more in this vein? Though her death weighs leaden on my Why? If I had one wish, where I find them wholly. Oh, moreover, she taught her protege. In any other society, I could see such a... You clearly don't understand this at all. Unusual gaits are punishable by a mere 2 months of hard labor, and only after failure to improve. As the... At least, I believe that's why. Sneer all you like, but our society has operated in this manner for more than 100 years. Normally, arbiters do not need to prosecute, for all operate as they should.
Daredevils rejoice!
Ask, and I shall answer.
Our product line is stronger than nature.
Now upward and onward. This one reminds me of the morning we drove the Protectorate from Fairfield. A good day for personal freedom and fair trade.
Crab witch, a sandwich made from crab will make a mighty fine treat. Crab witch, takes the sandwich you want to eat. A crabble sandwich is so easy to eat, but only once our chemistricians process the meat to turn a bottom feeder into instant lunch. Is quite the branding feat. So grab a crab because it can't be beat. Best of all, this tasty flesh is deemed safe to eat. Crabble can be more than just a solvent-based glue. Now it's good. For me and you, crab witch, a sandwich made with crabble makes a mighty fine treat. Crab witch, it's the sandwich you want to eat.
of their consumers.
Ridiculously catchy number was sponsored by the Department of Invasive Marketing. Get it out of your head. Now for something a little different, tonally, if not thematically.
Are you stuck on the ground? Impact a colon got you down. Well, trust Auntie's chemical purge. It's far better than natural cures. Oh, live fly free. No longer does my packed intestine dictate where I have to be. Oh, live now, take wing.
Thank you kindly. Of course. Strange question. Based on the sloppy, the door was creaky to open. Yes, I find it extremely self-gratifying. Did you want to come by and check my calculations? Hey. Well, careful on your way out. Try not to be liquefied and subsequently devoured.
Don't be in a rut, 'cause stuff is stuck in your gut. And he brings you the pill that fixes all your ills. Oh, lift off, fly free. No longer does my packed intestine dictate where I have to be. Oh, lift off, break free. Once again, be a go-getter. Climb the ladder with impressive speed. Trust Auntie's chemical purge, far better than natural cures. Oh, lift off, fly free. No longer does my passion dictate where I have to be. Oh, lift off, take wing. Don't flounder at the bottom. Be a raptor in the slipstream.
Honest to goodness broadcasting for straight shooters across Arcadia. This is Wireless Free Arcadia. When we here at Wireless Free Arcadia make on-air misstatements, we own up to it sometimes. Like right now in this batch of corrections. In last Sunday's weekend P&L report for the previous Saturday, we inadvertently misquoted a junior VP of conveyor sprocket lubrication and maintenance. blaming a belt drive starboard wing factory mishap for a 2% drop in space production. Correction. The decline was only 1.8% and
always account for standard deviation.
Moving on. A recent report on the new Sprats Up condiment substitute currently rolling out in test markets claimed the product has a might tangy 110% real Sprat flavor. Correction. Sprats Up actually contains real Sprat flavorings. Still a mite tangy, though. That part's 110% correct. Okay, enough corrections.
Love does not compute. Love does not compute. Love does not compute. Love does not compute.
That was dedicated to all the innovative minds in the Department of Applied Scientism from their admiring cohort in the Department of Research and Inquiry.
The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
Generating primes, techniques, and uses. Good day and welcome again to Advanced Abstract Algebraics, Section 4, Session 43. Please continue to enjoy the background music, which I have selected today based on its arithmetic-based harmonic progressions. My name is Edmund Vandersmythe, and I am the Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numenistics for the Order of the Ascendant. Today's lecture will focus on the generation of prime numbers, techniques, and uses thereof. I know. Prime numbers? Why so simplistic? Well, consider this a basic refresher course in remedial numenistics for those new to the order. I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that you should have learned that definition decades ago while still in diapers. But no matter. I have been called many things, and repetitious is one of them. I have also been called redundant several times, and once I was called reiterative, if you can believe that. So, prime numbers. What are they? The simplest definition is this. Given the set of natural numbers greater than 1, let's call that set n2, then a prime is any number in the set n2 that is not itself a product of two other numbers in the set n2. A simple definition. Elegant, even. Uplifting. Almost ascent.
Ah, you're back. Uranium overflow. The pharmaceutical primer I mentioned. With the leak abated, I must admit, I haven't given... Not mine. You mean just... I am...
So sleepy, just grab a pill, it's easy. Just rest your tired head. With the sedative, you'll feel dead. Sleep tight with sweet dreams. You wanna be unconscious via any means. You wanna be so sleepy, just grab a pill, it's easy. Just rest your tired head. With the sedative, you'll feel dead. Sleep tight with sweet dreams.
Next up, the real reason wireless-free Arcadia exists. Advertising.
Auntie's Choice Chum Bar is a delicious new food-adjacent snack from the maker of meaty roll-ups and Spectrum leavings.
The Chum Bar is made from the finest coagulated slurry of both animal and vegetable byproducts.
Including but not limited to boar's entrails, sprat organs, salt tuna skin, nanner peels...
Of two primes? It seems to be so. But no one has ever proven this conjecture. Similarly, are there an infinite number of prime pairs that differ by only 2 in their value? That seems unlikely, but we have been unable to find an upper limit. Perhaps you could discover one of these proofs and become the next Senior Tenured Laureate of the Tertiary Adjunct School of Numenistics for the Order of the Ascendant. Such a lofty, and dare I say, elegant goal. Good disquisitions to you all, and good day.
On this electrifying episode of Notable Locations of Scientific Inquiry, we travel well outside our zone of academical comfort to an objectively and verifiably shocking moonscape, where things go chomp and zap in the perpetual night. Experience a surge in stimulation as we visit Praetor, an inhospitable...
You know how the order. I admit I had the... Wait a... Oh, I'd advise you, dear. I...
That group was just as... If...
This is hardly the...
I suspect you're...
Good thing you showed up when...
Our investigator has... This... No. The...
Tidally locked in Elysium's shadow, Praetor suffers a distinct deficit of direct daylight. This unique astronomical arrangement bombards Praetor's...
The terminal unsealed the effluvium repository.
Resulting
That's
in a
traditionally
shocking
off
level
limits.
of
Ideal spot to hide something.
I will now
We should take a
pause
look.
for a moment to let you appreciate my intentional pun. Available for review in this episode's transcripts footnotes in case it escaped your attention. Moving on. Only heavily adapted predatory fauna eke out a brutal existence here, relying on their mesmerizing patterns of bioluminescence. We Homo sapiens should ostensibly stand no chance, if not for order astuteness in the field of
Brimming with runoff chemical sludge. It's been renovated, I see. Another terminal. Go ahead. You should have the honors.
In lay people's parlance, a network of lightning rods tie into the central grounding station.
Proctor's efforts appear... of course. I propose a strategic partnership. You help me, I help you. Excellent.
Conduit for excessive
I do
electrical...
so hope you'll forgive... I'm not so sure Proctor's foreboding was...
where it's safely dispersed, typically. Tenured station operators estimate the system is 78% effective at mitigating 82% of the danger posed by hypercharged atmospherics. Our electrical dispersion system is ingeniously adaptable.
I realize you didn't...
Inspiring sponsored content that will boost you to the top rung, plus all the news that's fit for listening. This is why... Inspiring sponsored content that will boost you to the top rung, plus all the news that's fit for listening. This is Wireless Free Arcadia.
Dreadful anticipation to my latest demotions report, starting with Asta Biswich, senior copywriter in invasive marketing, whose slogan was "You've gone stale, Asta." We can't exactly skip drive you back home, so let's see if you can keep the Sprat crisps fresher than... your management. It's for everyone's benefit, Russ. No shoes, no smock, no all-side offers with an Elysium view. Wear something nice and new role as executive drainage manager in recreant reclamations and artificial additives. Remember, dress for the job you have, Russ. And just to show there's no position too microscopic for Auntie's management, I'd like to highlight Assistant Waste Disposal Officer Potter Vanderbilt for a job not well done. The only airlocks fit for trash disposal are those far from my office. Nothing ruins a view like a constellation of Sisty-Bits bags. Now you're the assistant to the assistant. And that's enough negative reinforcement for now. Until next time, everybody do your jobs like your CEO is watching over your shoulder. Because I probably am. Bye now.
Now, on to other things. Now, here's a song to take your mind off your worries. Unless you're being hunted by a pack of raptidons or some such.
What? I was unaware that Victor... Oh, and all those cultists... I've seen few firsthand. That isn't because... It's a shame the facility... It was stored nearby.
Relax with success, num rum. Num rum. Taste. Does it follow the causation? Does it follow the causation? Check your booze. Check
Well, the seers among you already know.
Do not worry when things become complicated. You can handle it if you stay very wary. We have tools to tame high-order equations. They are useful in problematic occasions. You can take the formula's derivative, or use square roots of numbers.
Victor, I phone dead if we fail and a long Victor, I dead is if we and the longer you but
No need for fear. The concept isn't very scary. Complexity is partially exact.
Here, you hamper my ascension with your dissonance.
Calculating the center of gravity. Our shape possesses concavity. Or a shape with mathematical complexity. You can manage any such complexity. No need for fear. The concept isn't very scary. Complexity, partially imaginary. You can handle it if you stay very wary. Complexity is partially
Next, the latest field data validating or repudiating our forecasts and relevant informational details for near present and future calculations. Resulted in notable detrimental effects throughout this region, including but not limited to the loss of force endurance, disabling of the tramicular, and a 17.9% reduction in effective sleep cycles per evening. But before you succumb to a sense of malaise that undermines cognitive function, take heart from these additional, sharply contrasting data points. Our efforts deciphering the universal equation.
Look at the sad little sprat in his corrugated metal cage. Why don't you...
Predictable range of error, so do we.
In closing, a potentially incongruent word of advice. Invariably find a way to turn a negative into positive.
Soon follows. This popular number has been conclusively proven to function.
Friend of friends are a greater ally than any number of fellow scientists.
It's not enough to say you think so.
Damn that Victor and damn his hubris. Pardon me, I don't know this. In the ensuing chaos, because he but if you're not attached to this, they are physically here, but
We won't accept a hunch or feeling. An idea based on intuition. Prove it, yes you must prove it, prove it, prove it, prove it, just deduce it. A proof is a deducible argument that removes any show us how it works. What's a basic proof? Let's show how it works. Here's a basic proof. The sum of two even numbers, this you can believe in. The sum of two even numbers always comes out even. A proof, a very proven proof. That is how it works. That's a basic proof. Can you give another one more basic proof? When a triangle exists with an angle that is right, square their shorter sides, shorter base and height. The sum of those squares will always be of use as the square on the longest side, the hypotenuse. A very proven proof. You think you know it all, the answer's in your heart. Unless you show the proof, your theory will be picked apart. Your theory will be picked apart. Prove it, yes you must prove it. Prove it, just deduce it. Prove it, yes you must prove it. Prove it, just deduce it. If you cannot prove it, take your theory and remove it. You must prove it.
Constructionally compelling yet categorically veracious statements regarding products researched and designed to increase energy, efficiency, creativity, and focus. Attempting order acolytes, perfection now exists in sandwich form. Our scientists have created the perfect DLT sandwich. It is balanced, layered, and tasteful. You may cease your search for lunchtime fulfillment. It has been from the Order of the Ascendant. People who hate numbers do not count as much as the rest. Avid followers of our predictive playlists are already aware of which song follows. Interested in receiving our weekly selection of mathematical clues? Visit your local predictor.
One thing that you have to know.
I never. There is but one. If I thought this explosive vest would be in.
For the workflow. Infinite, a measure of mystery, unveils the key to logic's asymmetry. How can that be?
My fellow loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the monastery.
Using hard, a number without end. Evil Tsar is old, correct in the dividend. Accept it, and you can plainly see a positive externality. A positive externality. A positive externality. One thing you can plainly see accepted in this infinity. Can it be a positive externality? One thing, the irrational term accepted in the calculation. Can it be? Can result in explanations. How can that be? How can that be? How can that be?
I'll skin your faces one by one if you don't let me out of here!
This is Grand Plan Wireless, broadcasting soothing tunes for your audio canal and enriching content for your cerebral cortex around the chronometer until you achieve ascension. The Office of Hindrance Deterrence and Obviation has posted justice brothers and raiders last week the States, a bounty for the life of Jan Rewards to be collected upon completion at the bounty posting site at Orthodox Mercy.
Now do carry on. And as always, anticipate.
And now, additional data and more. Now, a song from melodies and become allergic to water this year.
We were once two separate boys. We had no connection. The of the order gave us no direction, and we were parallel.
betraying someone sent by the Exalted? We are simply the Rifts only. The Rifts? Or I was here to help them. The Rifts? Or a perk? I have your violent tendency. It seems to me,
Impressive killing command. That is the graph of my heart. They're all dead, but they're treasonous scum of a higher. I did find one of our communication devices, though. Seems like idiot didn't even have enough respect to.
Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, also music.
Greetings, pupils! Your always relatable Vicar Mug Sai Sai is here to subvert expectations with an installment of Ask a Vicar that I'm calling Ask a Vicar to Ask a Presiding Bishop. That's right. Presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar is in the studio to answer a listener query, which I will now pose. Why are we here? Presiding Bishop. Take it away.
Quite the broad question. Do we have sufficient time? It all began 13.7 billion years ago when...
Beg your pardon, Presiding Bishop, but I believe this question is a little more specific. Why are we... here in Arcadia?
Ah, yes. Our presence in Arcadia is due to the friendship between the matriarch and our founding presiding bishop. Of course, he was not bishop at the time. This was more than a century ago. He had grown disillusioned with the order of scientific inquiry, which he felt had lost sight of the original vision, perfection through prediction. The matriarch appealed to his desire to return to that original vision, asking him to join her in her great enterprise. Together, they would establish a perfect society devoted to humanity's ascension. In exchange, she would finance a computronic machine that would sect, the Order of the Ascendant, steadfast in our crusade to solve the universal equation of and to answer your listener's query is why we are here.
What happens next may surprise you, but not us. Well, the seers among you already know.
deny killing these traitors was invigorating, but their leader still needs to be dealt with. That I'm really going to enjoy.
Why are you still alive? There's been some ghastly mistake. We must speak on the You're glad we were able to clarify all of that.
Don't make me avenge you. Restore my life or avenge my death.
Glad we were able to clarify.
Wrist weapon prime. Either restore my life or avenge my death.
We should search Hierarch Ziegler. I can't believe the poor fool's probably. Of course not. I'm sure I don't know. Of course not. I'm sure I don't know. Unless they somehow have a. Damn straight they should. Of course. Don't worry. I'll stay on as part of your. I must admit to being highly vexed by this kid. Such as?
I know I mentioned it, but what the
As determined, you're listening to Grand Plan Wireless. For transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future, also music.
Students, even your favorite Vicar Moxai needs an occasional sabbatical from providing around-the-clock enlightenment.
Why isn't he doing something?
I've enlisted a qualified substitute, Presiding Bishop Ruth Bazar. Here she is to field today's query. Why did the Order of the Ascendant split from the Order of Scientific Inquiry? Presiding Bishop, if you please.
I can answer that quite succinctly. Because the OSI had become corrupted. Oh, it started with good intentions. Just a small work group studying the predictive framework of the universe. They published some noteworthy papers. A few good
General malaise. Imbalance.
Void it all. Hey, body's not even cold yet. Show a little respect.
Those outside the order. Those outside the order, and some simpletons within it, claim that all things happen for a reason. But the wise among us know that nothing occurs without a catalyst. Today, we are that catalyst, setting into motion the future most aligned with the plan. Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen
another one. Damn it. I knew there'd be a high possibility.
Perspiring brow if you try to cite the oh, and I suppose we're going to protect.
You're in luck. I just finished my third When we're finished speaking, I'll put it in the collection drawer. But do take... Actually,
care to...
We're going in... And I'd also caution... I'm sure I have... What? I do hope no... I see. I will add it has been... Apologies, but much...
I know this ain't gonna get to the abbot, but I have complaints that need registering anyhow. This monastery's too big for the staff we've got, and it sure seems like the scienticians and theorists here ain't fixated on keeping neat. I might just be a novice, but at 73 years of age, I've enough self-respect that I shouldn't be picking up another body's lavation towels. Still, ain't as bad as it was in Auntie's choice, but that don't mean it's good. I just ask you folks to remember that there's more of importance out here than just your numbers.
And whom do we blame when a student fails? Why, their instructor, of course. Bishop Basar. Has failed this order as its preeminent luminary. And without our intervention, she could make peace with the pivotal minds of for humanity's ascendance will be forestalled by... To the door is...
Raise high probability. Violent draft is here. We let some others go.
Didn't I tell you our friend would be back?
Hurry! Disable the card press machine!
Oh, thank the architect. Not that I was concerned, mind you.
Thank you, stranger. We should be okay here. Go pay Wiley his just dividends. For all of us.
What did I do?
Yeah. Wiley's plan, which almost killed us.
Have you acquired the scholarship we asked for? Oh, you too, huh? But maybe give it we...
And whom do we blame when a student fails?
Roger would appreciate that, I think. Roger always said he wanted his body donated to the Order if it'd help advance the plan. But I'm sure this wasn't what he had in mind.
I must have Clemens and Svoboda's killer arrives. So much of our plan ruined because of your meddling. Victor's explosives would have minimized casualties on both sides. You may have bested my peers, but they were never my equal anyway. And neither are you. You took so long, I was beginning to think my little puzzle actually stumped you. I was able to transmit not only the coordinates for the peace talk. So Clemens and Svoboda's killer arrives. So much of our plan ruined because of your meddling. Victor's explosives would have minimized casualties on both sides. You may have bested my peers, but they were never my equal anyway. And neither are you. You took so long, I was beginning to think my little puzzle actually stumped you. Oh, I think my average walking speed will suffice once I've finished dispatching you. You seem confused. I was able to transmit not only...
I have grown work. I fear the last thing. Use the methods we just... However, though the yet we must act. I have grown... I fear the last... Use the method...
Agent, over here. It seems the situation with you may...
Thank you. How can I be of service? Hello again. How can I be of service? My supply... The save... How can I be of service?
Best we start discussing strategy.
Despite my skepticism...
Due to delays and... You know...
I'm coming with you. Who better to make the... Careful now. You sure haven't lost any of your boundless energy.
On behalf of everyone in Auntie's family, I want to thank our hosts for securing this wonderfully austere venue to begin our negotiations for peace. That said, it is deeply regrettable that matters on Golden Ridge have not been resolved. We'll now graciously allow your laureate and his fellow shareholders the floor.
Madam Vice President, I and my fellow counselors share those grievances, but we are here in good faith. Peace between us will allow us to contend with the rifts, the true threat.
It's you, is it not?
I know, but I'm not fighting.
It seems your sovereign is regarded as being inept, shall we say? This is good. If the Protectorate's own leader is beyond... He and his ilk won't anticipate an alliance.
He's not my sovereign.
Yes, right. Well, landing a strike against the Protectorate in this state will be something like wrangling a galloping redworm.
I am unfamiliar, but I presume that to mean it will be without exertion. If so, then you are perhaps even more ignorant of Arcadia than I calculated. The Sovereign, guide him, is as ineffective as you suggested. His advisor, the Consul, is not. These executions, these impulsive attacks, are solely his influence.
Your previous sovereign was rather draconian himself, if your own history books are to be believed. Do not act like the kind rot emerged from nowhere.
I could perhaps say the same for you and your reputation for putting profits over people. But instead, I suggest we pivot our discussion back to the real matter at hand.
some quick mental calculations, I do see merit in your last declaration. It was astonishingly logical, in fact.
How charming that I've surprised an esteemed man such as yourself. In turn, I wish to thank you for toning down your bloviating. I feared we'd still be here next fiscal quarter.
Yes, you must be quite busy between product launches and accounting bits. But I will be here as long as it takes to ensure the order isn't taken advantage of by duplicitous actors. I'd like to discuss your efforts on Paradise Island. We may have no presence there, but we are ever watchful. Our observations suggest that matters have been delicate.
Yes, but things have taken somewhat of a turn. After the Protectorate destroyed their own relay out of madness, we have seen little resistance to our residents.
Well, we welcome the news of your advances. However, it is worrisome that it took the assistance for you to finally secure your hold. Worrisome.
Let us turn our attentions once more to Golden Ridge. Our troops still demand answers for the unprovoked attack on Outpost Opportunity. What will you do to resolve this?
Firstly, I'd like to re-establish that we, the Order, did not attack. A rogue proctor by the name of Svoboda did. He was promptly executed.
So the Order is capable of decisive action. I had doubts after hearing about your monastery. Even though the hostages yet live, this crime happened under your purview.
I would remind you that these innocents survived because of our quick and accurate analysis of the situation. I do not appreciate insinuation that we allow chaos to run rampant on our watch. Chances are high that any erratic variable is a result of your people's meddling in our affairs.
Ridiculous. Next you'll be claiming we're to blame for all of your past sins. Why, the mere prediction of our arrival years ago sent you into a tizzy. Isn't that right?
According to my analysis, neither of has enough goodwill with the other to proceed directly to an alliance. A swift end to the war is highly...
You had to run a quaint predictive model to come to that conclusion? Did your numbers give any... to making this more worth my while? By my estimation, if we formed an alliance, say, within the next month, we would see returns within... colony would soon be at hands.
By your estimation, do... Which metrics?
Oh, as we call it in my business, where common sense meets observational data, you might say.
to offer a merger, an alliance. And yet, our parties will still be at each other's throats by the end of this. Is this really what you want?
It'd be foolish to even consider an alliance when you so clearly wish to bend Arcadia to Auntie's will.
Should the fighting intensify, and it shall, it will be due to your pride. Presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar already possesses the foresight necessary to lead a colony and better its people. Until you acknowledge this, I fear we will never reach an accord.
Foresight does not win wars. A military's might does. Our very own Officer Carr has proven that, exploiting weaknesses in the Protectorate to great effect. Do you have such guile?
So you think that your people should rule? I don't wish to denigrate your military knowledge here, but Arcadian matters are best suited for Arcadians. We actively collect data to understand how to serve our people, after all. Look no further than the abbot, who welcomed refugees to Matriarch's mercy.
Yet he struggled to feed and house them properly. The poor man was clearly overwhelmed if he couldn't see his right hand was actively undermining him, even with his data.
Meanwhile, Auntie's choice has done little to alleviate the refugee crisis it helped create. Indeed, my projections may be accurate. You are more interested.
You have a nasty habit of arriving at the wrong time, Commander. History repeats itself, doesn't it? You show up attempting, these delegates you came to save. But like the Protectorate before them, the Order must not sacrifice their principles for a childish attempt at peace. If they don't complete the mission they started...
This is the rifts. And
Acknowledging receipt of the agent has full of the you are also tasked with both. It seems they feel they owe you their returning to mission object. You've also received a it appears you now have.
Commander, word. What is wrong with you? The freeze is dead, so that's one thing you got right. But I should have been there. I should have been the one to pull the trigger. You waiting for a pat on the... I don't give a damn about keeping my hands clean. This was my one chance to get answers, and you robbed me of it. No. But it might have helped. I need...
I'm glad we made it. I only hope we do not pay for this decision in the future.